On March 6, 2026, severe weather was expected for much of the central U.S. due to a potent upper-level trough ejection. On the northern side of the risk area, a potent warm front was draped across portions of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Along this warm front, storms were expected, but nothing major was in the forecast, especially tornado-wise. However, as the day continued to go on, it became evident that something major that nobody could have expected was about to unfold. Just south of the warm front in western Michigan, a powerful supercell had fired just to the east of Lake Michigan. As this supercell rode along the warm front, it began to take advantage of the significantly enhanced low-level winds. The storm then quickly began to produce a significant tornado, with its sight set directly on a housing division near Union Lake. The tornado then struck portions of Union City, causing significant damage to the area in a matter of seconds. In just 9 minutes, the tornado struck the surrounding areas of Union City, Michigan, killing 3, injuring 12, and becoming the earliest recorded significant tornado in Michigan's history. In the days leading up to March 6, 2026, an intense upper-level trough was expected to bring severe weather across a large portion of the central United States. Many parts of the central U.S. were under this main threat, including portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. One portion, however, was overlooked greatly. The warm front, which was forecasted to set across portions of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan, looked primed for tornadoes directly along its path. However, storm initiation along this boundary was extremely unlikely and would likely require some outside mechanism to initiate a storm. At this point, forecasters were much more focused on the evident major system in other portions of the U.S. rather than the extremely uncertain warm front to the north. As for March in Michigan, in recorded history, there have been 18 reported significant tornadoes. A significant tornado is simply defined as any tornado that reaches EF3 or higher on the F or EF damage scale. Many of these significant tornadoes had occurred during late March, when the temperatures tend to be much higher on average. Prior to the 6th, the earliest significant tornado in state history had occurred on March 15, 2012, near Ann Arbor, Michigan. With this potent warm front in place, and significantly above average temperatures across the region, if any storm were to be able to fire and latch onto the boundary, this record could be in jeopardy. As the 6th continued to grow closer, the SPC began to include portions of Michigan in the 2% risk area for tornadoes. In their discussions, the SPC did highlight the potential for tornadoes along the boundary if a storm were to fire, which they deemed highly unlikely. However, as the afternoon began to progress, extensive clearing began to take over the region, and the atmosphere began to prime itself for severe storms. The 12Z sounding at ILX showcased an extremely curved photograph in the lower levels of the atmosphere near the warm front, which showcased the extremely potent wind environment for tornadoes. Then, around noon, a small lake breeze boundary began to form along the southeastern side of Lake Michigan. This boundary then began to produce thunderstorms as it progressed eastward. Over the next 2 hours, these storms continued to organize and intensify along the Michigan/Indiana state border. As the storm neared closer and closer to the warm front across southern Michigan, it began to showcase a strong mesocyclone aloft. Then, at 2:13 p.m., a tornado warning was issued for the storm. It was highly evident at this point that the storm was taking full advantage of the extremely primed warm front boundary to the north. This boundary provided the storm with plenty of low-level spin needed to produce strong tornadoes. Although the tornado warning was issued at 2:13 p.m., the first tornado touched down at 2:09 p.m. near the town of Edwardsburg, Michigan. The tornado initially caused EF1 damage to multiple homes before continuing off to the northeast. The tornado then struck multiple homes at a max intensity of EF1 near the intersection of Harris Street and Highway 62. The tornado then continued northeast for several minutes longer, sparsely damaging more barns and tree lines before lifting at 2:35 p.m., after producing maximum estimated wind speeds of 95 miles per hour. This tornado unfortunately killed one person in their home. The parent supercell then briefly went through a cycling stage across portions of eastern Cass County. Then, just to the northeast of Fabius, Michigan, a second tornado touched down at 2:47 p.m. As the second tornado moved northeastward, it rapidly widened and strengthened as it neared the larger population center of Three Rivers, Michigan. Three Rivers has a population of nearly 8,000 people. As the tornado entered the southwest side of Three Rivers, it struck numerous commercial facilities. A video taken at this time showcased the Menards being shredded by the tornado.
Oh my gosh. We need to go, because the storage shed just blew off.
As the tornado continued into town, it inflicted multiple homes with EF2 level strength. Another video was taken from inside a store in this region as the tornado began to close in on it.
It's alright. Lysandra, lock this door. You guys are chickens.
Stay safe.
Lock it.
I'm on.
Yeah. It's alright.
The tornado then moved through the town, mainly causing EF1 damage before inflicting yet another area of EF2 damage in the northeastern portion of Three Rivers. Here, a brand new bus facility's roof was removed, leaving just the surrounding walls intact. The tornado then continued its path eastward for multiple more minutes, inflicting up to EF1 level damage. The tornado then dissipated at 3:07 p.m. after causing EF2 level damage with estimated wind speeds of 130 miles per hour. This tornado injured 10 people across the city of Three Rivers. At this time, the storm was continuing to get even closer to the warm front, which allowed for even further increased low-level spin. Then, at 3:33 p.m., a video captured on the northwest side of Union Lake showed an already violent multi-vortex tornado beginning to touch down. As this tornado began to rapidly strengthen, another video captured the exceptionally violent motion already present within the vortices.
Blossom Road and M60 in Union City, Michigan, there is a tornado on the ground. Tornado on the ground. Here it comes. Tornado EF1, it's getting bigger now. Looks like there's multiple vortices. Call somebody. Tornado coming right there.
The tornado then began to strike multiple buildings along the northwestern fringe of Union Lake. Also at this time, the tornado began to rapidly condense and intensify as seen from multiple videos taken nearby. The tornado then began to cross into Prairie Rose Lane, where it reached its peak width and strength. Here, the numerous camera angles of the tornado showcase an exceptionally violent, wedge-shaped tornado. Another video showcased a home being completely shredded as the tornado devastated the area.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
As the tornado crossed over the community, multiple homes were nearly completely destroyed at a maximum of EF3 level strength. This is where peak damage from the tornado occurred. The most heavily damaged home in this area was completely obliterated at estimated wind speeds of 160 miles per hour. The tornado then continued to move northeastward, damaging a few more homes at EF2 strength before crossing onto Union Lake. Incredibly, the lake was still frozen due to recently freezing temperatures, and the tornado was seen cracking ice along the lake as it crossed the northeastern side of the lake.
Oh my God.
The tornado then crossed into the northwestern side of Union City, Michigan. In Union City, the tornado had fortunately began to rapidly weaken and was only able to cause a few instances of up to EF1 level damage. The tornado then dissipated after leaving the northeastern side of Union City at 3:42 p.m. after only being on the ground for 9 minutes, despite its immense strength. Over its lifespan of only 9 minutes, the tornado was able to destroy numerous homes, causing 2 fatalities in the subdivisions along Union Lake. The parent supercell then underwent one final cycling period before producing yet another tornado near Clarendon at 3:58 p.m. This final tornado only lasted 5 minutes and caused EF0 level damage before dissipating at 4:03 p.m. In total, 4 tornadoes touched down from the single prolific warm frontal supercell in southwestern Michigan on the 6th, causing 3 fatalities and 12 injuries directly related to the tornadoes. Around 70 homes in total were destroyed by the Union City tornado alone, with many being old and poorly constructed. Due to their age and poor construction, an EF3 rating was given instead of EF4. Regardless of this EF3 rating, the Union City tornado became the earliest intense/violent tornado to ever occur in Michigan history. In the days and weeks after the tornadoes, the communities have still continued to rally around the devastated communities. Still, to this day, recovery efforts continue in the hardest hit areas. Please keep the residents of the tornado-torn communities in your thoughts and prayers as they continue to rebuild. This video is dedicated to the victims of the tornadoes and their families and friends. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I finally had my chance to actually get this video done. I had been working on it for a couple weeks now, and I finally had some time to actually get it done and complete the video. So I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate all the comments trying to push me along and make sure I make the video, because I did say I was going to make it a while back, and I finally got it done. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you want to become a channel member today, you can become so for at least at as little as $1 per month, and you can get early access to my videos and some other different cool things that I like to do. I have some votes for my next documentaries nowadays I do. So there's a lot of different perks that you can get for just $1 a month. And anyways, guys, I really appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.